Uh, right now, just trying to have fun with the guys. Every moment, try to make it my best moment. Just knowing that I'm on my way out, and I just try to lead these young guys, with something to build on.
Have the seniors started to gravitate towards each other this week, kind of knowing it's going to be the last moment?
I would say yes. We try to go out, do things fun. As seniors, stay together. Talk about the times that we had when we first got here, and where we put the program now. It been a great feeling. Just being around them guys, all of us being around each other, and we always say that we just got to finish up. We got to finish strong.
Finishing strong would mean what for you guys?
I would say, going to get that championship, something that never been done here. You know, uh, I want the championship too. You got to do whatever it takes to win. Um, it's a lot of goals that we want instilled in front of us. We just got to take it one game at a time.
You've seen the highs and the lows. I mean, 4-8 to where you are now. When you look back and you reflect, what's the high moment for you so far? The high point so
Um,
far.
um, I would say now, just knowing that, like you said, when I first got here to school, we went 4-8, and just knowing that I was one of them guys that wanted to come in and make a change and be different. Just knowing that you believe in yourself and other people believe too, and y'all put the work in and bring it all together. It's an amazing thing that what people can do and how people feel about certain things.
You always believed you were a college quarterback, even when some colleges wanted you not to play quarterback. Do you think that you just kept believing that I'm a college quarterback?
Yes, that's all it is. Just keep believing, keep faith in what you're doing. I've been doing this since I was young. Um, if it's not there, I run around and make things happen. I've been doing that since I was little, so I came to college and seeing it still working. So just continue doing it and just, hit your targets. When I got to college, I just, you know, put a lot of things in my skill set with throwing the ball, putting in ball locations that Coach King taught me, and just went from there.
Do you ever remember telling a college coach, hey man, I'm a quarterback?
Uh,
I mean, did you go through that?
yes, I remember some of the coaches that I told, but I don't try to live off what the past is. I just keep moving forward and just do what's now. Just make my best impression now and whatever this team need me to do.
Was it fun having some of the concepts of the Gulf Coast offense kind of creep back in as you've done it work very well for you guys?
I would say yes. That's our offense. That what these guys love. That what these guys, you know, that what put us on top. That what changed the program. And when we do that, we feel ourselves and we play like ourselves. So, once that went back in, everybody felt comfortable and they knew what they supposed to do and where they supposed to be.
When you look back now, what was the low point, the worst moment where you said, can't get any worse than this?
Um, I would say my sophomore year when we went I think 1-3, and we had Memphis on the ropes. We had the game right there in our hand, and we just let it slip. And from there, I said, this won't happen again. As long as I'm here, I can't let that happen, and it won't happen. And we just took off from there.
There were like cheers in the locker room that night, right?
Yeah.
How will you manage your emotions on Thursday night?
Not sure, but just knowing that, walking out on that field and getting applause from everybody, knowing that you gave this city something to talk about again. This the reason you came here to do things like that. I don't know what emotions I have. I don't know if I'm gonna cry. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But at the end of the day, my goal was to come to this school and get the city of Tampa, get them something to talk about. When they go around town and out of state, they could be like, oh, our school in Tampa doing something. So that's the reason I came here.
Your daughter coming?
Yes.
What will you tell her one day about all this? I don't remember much off in her head.
The best advice I would give her is, don't be a follower. That's something I did. I wasn't a follower. I started my own legacy, I went my own route and, always prayed and, told God just lead me in the right direction. And, I'm here now, and you can see how everything plays out for me. No problem.
The tackle record?
Yeah.
It's definitely a goal I've had. I mean, I think, when you look at the people who've come here that played linebacker, to be in the conversation of passing them up is something that's real special. I came here and when I got switched over to linebacker, I looked at their record and I said, I told Coach Woody at the time and I told Brian at the time actually that I wanted to achieve that record, and to be on the heels of breaking it is something special.
Kind of glad you didn't break it last week, so you could do it at home. Likely do it at home.
I mean, it'd be nice if I get to do it at home. I mean, I would have loved to have done it last week, to add on to it this week. But to do it at home and in front of our fans, and especially on senior night, if I were able to break it, it would be something really special, for my family and everyone, close to me to see, and the fans that have been here to see.
You were here from East State, right?
Mhm.
That was your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think you'd be here now?
Absolutely. It sounds, cliche and stuff, but I think, Coach T, when he got here, he had a vision, and he got a lot of people to buy into that vision, and I was one of them. And you look at our team now, and it's a group of competitive guys, but that culture wasn't here when we got here. One of me being a leader, I thought I helped that process of helping guys be competitive and getting us guys to believe in themselves. I think after McNeese State, everyone had doubts about us, but I think the people from within believed.
Talk about your journey. I mean, I don't know how many offers you got out of high school.
Yeah.
Is this the best one? I mean,
This is the best one.
how many others did you get?
I mean, coming down, throughout my career, I think, out of high school, I always wanted the bigger offer. I've probably had around a dozen, but none, one, that's counting one AA. And Coach T came here and I came on an official visit here and he sat me down in the Muma Center, the basketball thing. He said, we want you to play fullback. At that time, I said, man, I didn't want to play fullback. I didn't want to come to college. I didn't want to play offense. I was a good defensive player in high school. He sits me down and it comes down to signing day. Me and Nigel, I think, were our last two commits that year. And it comes. I had two offers on signing day. It was Toledo or USF. And I didn't want to go to Toledo, so I kind of took the pill and came here to play fullback. When I got here and played fullback, I didn't want to play fullback at all. That spring, I was pretty miserable. I didn't want to play. I thought about transferring. I really didn't want to be here. I went up to Coach T. Coach T believed in me. I believed in myself. He gave me a chance. Once I got that chance, I kind of took off from there.
And
Now I'm here. Yeah.
could you believe that you'd be here, like, on the verge of those records back then? Or did you always believe?
I mean, when I got moved to linebacker, I believed in myself at that time. It was funny because I was just sitting on the sideline like, oh, I moved to linebacker just to sit on the sideline. They called me in on a 9-on-7 period. The first two plays, it was power. I shot the gap. I made 2 tackles. And, at that time, I think I believed in myself, but I finally got to have the coaches and the people say, hey, this kid, wants to play. This kid wants to be a part of this program. This kid, is driven. And now that I'm here, it is something special. Like I said, when it started, I said I wanted that record, and I kind of set my mind to it. I worked for it, and now I am here.
When you said, told us who's going to be on the field, who's going to be on the field for you?
It'll be my mom, my dad, my 2 brothers, my sister, and hopefully her 2 little kids, her 2 sons.
They have senior night every year. This one seems different or special. Does it seem that way to you with just the personalities and players that are going to be out there?
100%. I think it feels more special is because, through the growth of this program, these are kind of the guys that were at the forefront, or, were the core group of guys that kind of built this thing. And to see the class move on and some will go to the NFL, some will, just go be good people. I think it is something really special. I think it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's real rewarding to be in the position we are right now.
Quinton said he wasn't sure what kind of emotions he was going to have on Thursday night. What kind of emotions do you see yourself having when you get in the field?
I don't know. Hopefully I'll be excited. Probably running out that time, seeing my family. I'm sure my mom, my sister will be crying. So, there will be, some sad times before the game because, that's just kind of how it is, running out there maybe for the last time at home. But, I'll be excited, just to go play, one final game at Ray J, But, I mean, we could, in 2 weeks, we could be back here, playing in the conference championship. And that's kind of our goal. So, hopefully we won't be too sad.
The dream of the conference title is still very much alive for this team. How important is that this week?
I mean, this week is just as important as any week. You got to go 1-0 to get there. If we lose this game, then our conference hopes are done. But we are in the driver's seat. That's something we haven't been in the last 2 years. My sophomore year, my redshirt sophomore year, we were waiting, hoping. Temple lost to play Houston that year. Didn't happen. Last year, we're sitting around and we spoiled it against Houston, so we're waiting around hoping they lose again. And unfortunately, they didn't. So we were just sitting at home waiting for the bowl game. This year, we control our own destiny. So, if we lose, that's on us. But it's nice to be in the driver's seat for sure.
When you reflect on it, I mean, you and this class have been through the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs. What was the low point for you, the worst moment where you said, can't get any worse?
My freshman year, when I played fullback, that year was pretty tough, and that was one of our low moment. Well, my low moment here.
Do you remember the conversation, just going and requesting to play linebacker to move positions?
Oh yeah, clear as day. I was talked to my family quite a bit. I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think, I was just so unhappy. I went up there and I went into Coach T's office and he says, Auggie, what you got for me? I said, Coach, I don't really want to play fullback anymore. I said, I don't want to do it. And he's like, yeah, we've talked about that. And I said, you have? I was like surprised because I thought, fullback was it. And he said, I said, really? And I was like, all right. And I was like, okay. But I was still thinking, I'm going to be more towards the offensive side of the ball. But then, probably a few days later, I get a text from our GA at the time, Tommy Donatel, and he goes, you're with us full time now. And, that just that changed everything, and for Coach Taggart to believe in me, I think that's why I respect that guy so much because, he gave me a shot when everyone else didn't. So, just to go from there, really has made my USF career and kind of made me, to be the player I am.
What point of the season was that at? Toward the end of the year or middle?
That was at the end. We had like our player eval meetings at the end, and I went in there and we talked and kind of took off from there.
That was your red shirt year, right?
That was after the redshirt year.
You never actually played fullback in a game, did you?
No, but I almost did against Louisville my freshman year. Best thing that ever happened was not playing that game.
What happened?
Well, our starting fullback at that time, Epps, he was hurt or something, didn't play. And, that whole week I'm practicing with the ones, and I was going to run out there. And Louisville at the time, I think Strong was there. That was the year they were really good. It's Thursday before we're going to the hotel. Coach T comes, runs up to me. He's like, yeah, we're not going to waste your red shirt. He goes, you're going to, we're going to keep you. He's like, we're going to keep you ready for next year. So that was probably one of the best moments of.
This was after the redshirt season, the conversation you had in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
What time of year?
This was going into like our spring. This was like with T, it was always like a week after the season he would meet with everyone. So it was that time, and then spring I was able to play linebacker.
Did the bad, the non-winning make the good even better? Going through all that?
Absolutely. Somebody has asked me before what was the best moment at USF, and I say our loss to Memphis. My sophomore year, the loss to Memphis was probably the best, moment of my career here because it finally brought guys to show, hey, we're tired of losing. That was the game that kind of drew the line in the sand. And I think the losing made us who we are, honestly. I think, playing with an edge and people not believing in us and people not wanting, anything to do with USF, that kind of made us. And I think, this year when we were in the forefront and everyone was saying, hey, USF's so good, that's not how we built this thing. And then, I think that loss to Houston really helped us get back to playing with an edge and kind of getting back to where we were when we first got here.
It would seem like it would be not right for you guys to all walk out of here without some kind of championship or something. You guys talk about that. Just like you said, you're in control of it.
Yeah.
Your destiny's all in front of you.
And we've been talking about this championship, since I got here. The first couple years, like I said, we didn't get to control that. So I think, every year we've had a team meeting and we said, hey, our goal is a conference championship, and we've come up short every year. And I think this year, there's a sense of urgency to say, hey, we really want to get this accomplished. You got a lot of guys bought in that want to get this accomplished. And then, like you said, we are in our control. We get to decide what we want to do with it.
You were asked about the emotions. Is that a real thing, like for a game like Thursday, where you got to be careful about maybe being too high or managing it a certain way because it's going to be emotional regardless?
100%. I think we got to stay even keel. We got to come out there and be ready to go. We can't be too sad. We can't be too excited because Tulsa's a good football team. They got a really good offense that they went and smacked Houston. So they have the opportunity to do that to us. So we can't let the emotions of Senior Day get in the way because we're playing for something a lot bigger than Senior Day. We got to keep them, kind of under control.
Heading to Tulsa, they have a great rushing attack. And, this year's that's been one of your strong suits. What do you guys do defensively to stop? They have 4 guys that averaging over 5 yards a carry. What's your?
Their number 4 is a really good player, and he's probably one of the better backs we've seen all year, if not the best. I always say you got to win at line of scrimmage. You're only as good as your defensive line. I've said that since my first interview. I'll say that till I'm done playing football. That's how you win. That's how you play and win a game. And Bruce, Deidre, and Mike Love, and Greg are in control of that. And any time you play a rushing attack, you got to be really good up front and set a new line of scrimmage. And we got to be ready for that challenge. They are the 14th best rushing offense in the country.
You're looking forward to having your senior night on this particular stage to kind of everybody can focus on this game. You're like one of the only games in town, and as opposed to being a million of them on Saturday.
100%. I think when this is kind of why you come play college football. Senior days in the past haven't really meant anything, to say the least. And I think now, to have the main stage and to have, just our game as being the only game on TV is special. It kind of lets these seniors go out in a way that they didn't come in. But anytime you get an ESPN game, you're happy about it.
What are your plans? You plan to get the evaluation for the NFL and go from there?
I want to shoot my shot at football for as long as I can. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I'd like to get into coaching, or I'd like to be a charter boat captain. One of the two. And I've made some good connections through football, and I would like to keep pursuing a career in this and see what happens.